How's it going, YouTube and all the ISL fans out there? This is TieFighter23, and I am here bringing you Week 2 matchup between the Carolina Pansears and the Atlanta Sharks. I'm here with the coach of the Carolina Pansears, Oz.
Hello everyone, I'm Osbangbio, a big jump from years.
Well, let's first get into your matchup. What did you decide to bring this week? I see you got the Hydreigon, the Mega Aerodactyl, the Deontay, the Rotom H, Toxicroak, and Mew. Talk about those sets.
Well, I was gonna bring the Velplume actually, like I did last week. Uh, but um, I thought the Deancey would be better, just to tank off a lot of the hits, because he had a lot of things to counter, poison, and that's all really Velplume brought to the table, and the Arcanine was a real big threat.
No, yeah, it was definitely a big thing for that. So you brought your Mega Aerodactyl, you brought the just talk about like what items did you bring on everything? Because I mean, of course, Mega Aerodactyl's holding the Aerodactylite, but what was everything else holding?
Um, Pretty much everything the Hydreigon and the Rotom H had last week. Uh, Rotom H had a Citrus Berry last week, I think, and the Hydreigon had, I think it was the Choice Specs last week. I'm pretty sure I kept those unless I changed them, which I could have. The Toxicroak brought Black Sludge this week, which didn't really do much, unfortunately. The Diancie, I think, brought leftovers, as it's in general, as well as the Mew.
Okay, okay. So looking at the team that he brought, what do you feel like was his biggest threat going against you?
Honestly, I thought the Ezreal, because of my Mega Aerodactyl and my Diancie gets canned in on my Hydreigon as well. They were my Rotom actually. They got counted pretty badly with the Ezreal.
Yeah, it looks like you have four mons that don't really appreciate both of Zimmeral's stabs and Water and Fairy. So, pretty much, it looks like your only real check to it right now is most likely the Toxicroak, because then you can hit it with a Gunk Shot or something and take it out. But let's go ahead and get into the matchup. You let off with the Mew while he let off with the Ferrothorn.
Yeah,
So, talk about like what were you trying to do here?
Mew was really just a start off. It was meant to be to get the first Pokemon off, kill the first Pokemon as quickly as possible, try and do as much damage as possible. I tried to do something different with Mew because I didn't use Mew at all last week, and I felt like it needed something to do. And I didn't know what to bring because I had so much special attack already. So I decided just to give it a physical attack, put a spin on it. No one would think of Mew as a physical attacker.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I decided to make it try and last as much as possible, but it didn't really happen this week.
Yeah, just like the Ferrothorn Protect, and the Leech Seed didn't really help you out very much. I mean, you're able to get the Ferrothorn really low, but after, I think after he goes for Protect right here, oh, he doesn't go for Protect. Alright, so you're able to at least take out the Ferrothorn, and you lived on 1 HP, so, oh, 1%. So, I mean, that's something. It's better than
Yeah,
nothing.
that was lucky actually.
But, of course, Mega Lopunny will just come in, fake out, and that'll be the end of Mew.
Yeah,
Then you brought in Toxicroak, uh, took a
he was actually
lot.
my big counter, and he did a lot, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think it lost.
did you not bring any? Oh, you did bring priority. Also, so you were able to take out Mega Lopunny, which is one of his biggest threats on this team. So that was definitely a good thing there.
Yeah,
Um, and then looks like with the Intimidate, he brought getting that crit was huge there because that was a physical defensive Arcanine, I believe.
yeah,
Um,
I got really lucky.
because if you brought the Intimidate, because honestly, I would if it was me and I was running a offensive Arcanine, I would have brought Flash Fire over Intimidate just due to the fact that it did that. But and then your the GUI outs made the Aerodactyl slower, but I mean it's still outsped a lot of different things on his team. So
Yeah,
now this is the only thing that I was shocked that you left Aerodactyl in there. I figured you might have switched out just to try to preserve it a little longer.
I was going to, but I figured I have ways to counter most of his both Arcanine and Thunderous, so I didn't really worry as much.
And you set up the trick room here, got the defense off due to
This
Diamond Storm.
this this trick room cost me the game actually, um, because he dies instantly here, and Rodon is my fast attacker,
So
and
it,
because of
yeah, it outsped. So that means the zoom roll is going to be slower and be able to take you out. Yeah, that. Sometimes you just, if you're going to bring a trick room set, you got to make sure all the mons on your team benefit from the trick room.
yeah.
Um, which sort of sucks here, but I mean, you were able to do pretty well. You brought him down to a 2-0. I don't know why you went for protect there.
I
um,
just tried to last as long as possible. I realized that I was screwed. I didn't real I forgot I had choice specs on him, and
oh
that
yeah, the
cost.
choice specs, right? Yeah. Man, honestly, running protect choice specs probably isn't the best thing in the world,
Yeah,
but I mean that's you didn't do too horribly. You did lose, but it was down to a 2-0, so it wasn't the biggest differential loss so far this season, at least for week two. Um,
I improved from last week, which I didn't kill any. So
yeah, you definitely.
every game's an improvement.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a big improvement. Last week you unfortunately got 6-0'd by Burke. This week you won two. You lost 2-0. And you took out some of his bigger threats. You took out the Gudra. You took out the Arcanine. You took out the Mega Lopunny. Um, Thunderous never hit the field, unfortunately, for you, so you weren't really able to do much against that. I mean, you just had a couple of misplays. I feel like you should have saved Mega Aerodactyl. Um, Not setting up Trick Room with the Yancey. Um, but pretty much other than that, you did pretty well. You took out his some of his big threats. The defensive Toxic Croak that you brought, like having enough did you put enough defense in it, or was it enough HP? Like you lived a hit from Mega Lopunny, which is very rare to do. So,
Yeah,
like, what was your investment set into Toxic Croak?
I'm pretty sure it was all health. I just think I got really lucky that he didn't do as much. I think if he did, like if he critted me, it would have been a whole different story. I probably would have got 5-0'd.
With the but like putting in that HP investment was really helpful because I think majority of the normal sets that are run are like, if you aren't running like a dry skin set, they normally run like max physical attack, max speed, so that Megalo Plane would have done a lot more damage to you. But that putting a lot into HP really helped you out there because then it was able to live a hit, bring it down really low, get all the HP back with Drain Punch, then you just sucker punched away, and that was a really smart thing. Um, it sucks that, like I said, letting the Mega Doctor go down because that probably could have done some work to Tornadus if it was able to live. Um, but and if you didn't set up the trick room, you might have been able to do a lot better. You might have even been able to win the match if it wasn't for the trick room.
Yeah, it was definitely that trick room that cost me the game.
Because you would have
But
outsped with the Road of Heat. You could have possibly just gone for because he would probably would have gone for like an Aqua Jet or something. It wouldn't have killed you. You could have volt switched out of there, gone in, or even T-bolted. But I would have volt switched out, gone to Hydreigon. Hydreigon without speed, get a lot more damage off on it, and then bring the uh, run and heat back out and do a lot more damage and get rid of the Zoom roll. So I mean, you'll live and learn. You're 0-2 so far for the first 2 weeks, but I mean that's not too bad. I mean it's still early on in the season, so you have plenty of chances to bounce back and do really well. So you definitely improved from this match, so maybe in week three you can improve enough where you win the match.
well, at least get even closer.
Yep. With that, I thank you all for coming out to watch the video, and we will see you in the next one.